Alright, so we have a couple frequently asked questions to answer. Cable Plays MC asks, what made you play on Choicecraft rather than all the other faction servers out there? Choicecraft was the first server I've ever played on, with the only exception being Minecraft DK, which is an SMP server, and then through them they also had a server called Spinning Pig, which was their faction server, which later evolved into Choicecraft Factions. So I like it because it's the first server I've ever played on, and I've tried other faction servers since then, and I did not like them as much. I didn't like that you couldn't make the builds. I didn't like that anyone could just blow up your stuff with TNT. Choicecraft is my favorite faction server, and I'm here to stay. Benja Joe asks, Ronnie, why do you use sword axes is better? Why do you use swords? Axes are better, is what they meant to say. Axes on Choicecraft have been nerfed until the next snapshot of MCMMO because axes were too powerful. They were bugging with our factions plugin or something like that. So axes are currently nerfed on Choicecraft, and they still do a lot of damage to armor and just a little bit less damage than swords. So they still do comparable damage, but I think it's a good trade-off. Swords have the bleed effect and the counterattack, and that you can put Fire Aspect 2 on them, whereas axes do slightly less damage immediately, but they have the critical strike, which can put them over the damage threshold, and they also have that armor destruction. LP Dave 99 asks, how did you get started on Choicecraft? Spinning Pig. Was it difficult? Oh yes, I had a really tough time. I was picked on by a guy named Becker who had way better MCMMO skills than I did. I didn't know Minecraft very well. I didn't know a thing about PvP, but that's why I met some friends like Trigger Happy 110, learned some skills, came up with a lot of inventions of my own, and I became one of the richest factions on the server at the time until it evolved into Choicecraft. It would be great if you could make a video explaining the first steps on the server and how to become a pro. Well, I'm not a pro yet. I'm pretty good, but the best thing I can do is just link the videos that I've already made on how to start off, because Choicecraft is a very difficult server to start on. I will admit it. New players have a really tough time, and that's why I started making videos, so that new players would have some information to get them going in the right direction on Choicecraft. So I'll link the base building video is the first video I would suggest to anybody right here in the annotations. Swifter5150 says, I'm a new subscriber just yesterday, and I wonder, where did you get your name, RonnygoBOOM? I got it from my AIM, that's my AOL Instant Messenger name. That was just a name that I made up. It used to be JungleBoy138, which is something that I guess when I was in elementary school, some of my friends called me that because I used to play Don't Touch Gravel and I used to jump around on things. But then I came up with RonnygoBOOM, and I guess it kind of stuck. It's been my IGN ever since. All right, time for the axe giveaway. Let's go check out how many comments there are. There turned out to be 208. Hey, this is RonnygoBOOM, and I'm here with Braga. All of you typed hashtag MCMMO into the comments. This time I made sure that I showed all the replies, and I copied them all, and I pasted them into this Google Doc, and I did a search and replace for hashtag MCMMO. I found 208, and after doing a random.org random number generation between 1 and 208, I found the winner to be 161, Malachi Cook. So Malachi Cook, send me an in-game message. Actually, send me a message to my YouTube account in the YouTube personal channel settings, and send me a message and tell me your IGN so that I can deliver the axe to you. Thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry this this episode isn't so eventful. I'm working on something big, and just plan on something pretty cool coming up. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you soon.